Instagram's updated algorithm prioritizes original content instead of ripoffs. Wow. Recommendation system will be updated to give all creators an equal chance of breaking through. What's up, everybody? Welcome to an episode of Call Her Creator, powered by Stan. I'm your host, Caitlin Rhodes, also known as Social Marketing Queen over on Instagram. And today we are talking about Instagram's new algorithm. So things are changing over there. Today we're going to dive into a recent update that I think a lot of us creators are actually happy about, but there's a little bit of confusion around all of this. So we're talking about how IG is going to prioritize original content. So we'll dive into what that means for you as a creator, for someone that posts on Instagram, your original work. I'll discuss the features inside of Instagram that people don't seem to understand, because there's also like some similar features such as the remix feature that people tend to get confused about too. So we're just going to talk about our content today over on the gram. But if you are somebody that is looking to make money on Instagram, looking to make an online business, you are at the right place. Welcome to Call Her Creator. Let's get into it. If this is your first time listening to Call Her Creator, I hope you will download the podcast. This helps me understand if the podcast is successful, if people are listening, and it means a whole lot to me. So just press that little download button. It will also let you know when a new episode is happening for the podcast. So let's start off with a social media update today. This one actually is really cool. It was talked about this week, so you can use it at any time now. It should be there for everybody at this point, but it's called the Reveal Sticker, and you can use it over on Instagram stories. So as per Instagram, once you select the Reveal Sticker, you'll be prompted to type a hint for friends about what they might find behind your blurred story. So kind of like a picture, maybe a graphic, whatever it is, there's going to be a sticker in front of it, and you have to guess what it is. Once you tap that preview icon in the bottom left corner, you can see how your story will actually appear to your friends. So when you're putting that sticker there, you can see what it's going to look like. But what happens is when you post this Reveal Sticker, viewers then will need to send you a DM to see the image. So the cool thing about this is that you don't have to approve it. It's just automatically going to reveal it once someone DMs you. So essentially, someone could just DM a question mark and it's going to reveal it for them. But this should get people talking. It should get people engaging with your stories. I highly recommend trying this Reveal Sticker, especially right now as it's new. Instagram's going to be pushing it. So you know what I say about new Instagram features, utilize them when they roll out. That's when you'll get the most traction on them. But this is a pretty fun update. Let me know if you guys have it. Send me a DM over on Social Marketing Queen or Call Her Creator, and let's talk about it. Review of the week. You know, I like to spotlight my peoples. This week is from my guy, Courtney the Affiliate. He is a friend that I've met over on Instagram, and he's great. And he left me a beautiful review. I met Caitlin on Instagram. She's helped me with my own growth over on the app. Love that for you, Courtney. She gives a ton of value, and she's an awesome person to learn from. Love that. I try to keep things simple for you guys. I do hope that you learn stuff on the podcast, you learn stuff on my Instagram channel, and that I am bringing value to you as a listener, as a dedicated member of the Social Marketing Queen crew and the Call Her Creator crew. All right, and now for today's episode, Instagram's updated algorithm prioritizes original content instead of ripoffs. Wow, how long have we been asking for this update? I can remember back when I first started posting on Instagram consistently. There was this account, there was actually a lot of accounts. This was a problem for a really long time. I'm sure a lot of people still deal with it, but people will screen record your reels, or they'll download them, remove the watermark, and then they repost them. And then they get lots of traction from your hard work. It was a really sad time when this was going on. I know a lot of people that grew their account from ripping other people's content off. It sucks, but it sounds like Instagram is going to be getting rid of this practice. So according to Instagram, the biggest changes deals with aggregators. Now, an aggregator is an account that downloads or screenshots others' videos and photos and reposts them just the same. They don't edit them, nothing. Literally, they take your content, they rip it off, and they repost it to their own channel. Sometimes aggregators will credit the original poster by tagging them in a post or caption, but most of the time they completely rip it off, don't give you any credit. And I mean, even if they do give you credit, you got to go down to the caption and read it, so it doesn't even matter. But this is a big battle that Instagram has been dealing with. And so as a creator, honestly, it feels really icky when someone does rip off your content completely and just post it as their own, and then you see them getting traction, or you see their followers growing, or you see they hit 1 million views and they went viral with your video that didn't go viral. Totally not fair. So this is not going to happen anymore, according to Instagram. Now, these changes are rolling out slowly, so hopefully by the summer, all of this will be a real thing. But the update is targeting serial reposters. So these are accounts that share content that they didn't create or enhance in a material way, quote unquote, more than 10 times in 30 days. So think about that. There's a lot of people, that is their whole strategy, is to rip off other creators, to take videos that aren't theirs and repost them. So they're looking for people that do this more than 10 times in 30 days. You will get a warning from Instagram, but even if you haven't done it 10 times and it's not been 30 days, you can still get your content deprioritized. So what this means is that in theory, your Instagram Explore page or main feed recommendations are not going to include content aggregation accounts. Instagram is also going a step further than just cutting off repost accounts. The platform will replace the reposted content with the original creator's post and recommendations. Now, this is really, really awesome. The company says it will only replace reposts when the original is relatively new and when the system is confident that the posts are identical based on audio and visual signals. So they are using the algorithm for this. But what they're saying here is that if someone, like, say you posted a reel and then 30 days later, this person found it, they copied it and they screen recorded it and reposted it. Recommendations are not going to recommend that video because they can tell that it was copied. But instead of replacing it with your video, since it is an older video, it's probably not going to get replaced with your video. But say it's something new. Say you just posted it and then someone picks it up, post it right away, and it's getting recommended. That's when the algorithm's going to be like, nope, sorry, you're not the original one. Let's swap this out for the original creator. So there's kind of like a time limit there. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm putting down there. Creators will get a notification when their original content takes the place of repost and it gets recommended on the platform. So you'll know that if someone does try to steal your content and you get to replace it, Instagram's going to notify you. That's probably going to be a very satisfying feeling. These changes only apply to recommendations. If you follow an aggregation account, I can't even say that word, aggregation account, you can tell I'm not an aggregator, you'll still see their reposted content on their profile or in feeds. It's just not going to get recommended. Instagram will also begin adding a label crediting the original creator. So both the original creator and the account reposting the photo or video will be able to remove the label. I don't know how I feel about that. Why would we want them to be able to remove the label if it was our content that they took? I don't know. This is a little weird. Let's talk about this though for a second. How do I feel about this? I think this is a really great update for Instagram. I think it's a huge problem in the creator economy, just in general. I mean, even people that aren't creators, people don't really realize this, but once you post like a reel or a photo and you have a public profile, at the end of the day, people can take whatever they want from your profile. Is it against the law? Yeah, it's called copyright. And you can always file a copyright issue on post. Hope you know that. All you need to do is click the little dots, and then I can't remember exactly what it says, but it allows you to submit a request in a form. Now, this request is a little bit tedious because you have to link them to the post, you have to link them to your post, you have to explain the situation. So I'm hoping that with this new algorithm update, it'll kind of get rid of us having to do that. But I'm just letting you know that there's still an option to do that. Again, in the early beginning of my creator journey, I was having to do that all the time. But they would email me and let me know, if it got removed or if it didn't. Now, there's another algorithm update. There's a couple that I'm going to be talking about with you guys. The next one is that Instagram announced its recommendation system will be updated to give all creators an equal chance of breaking through via a new ranking algorithm. So what previously used to happen with recommended content is that Reels were primarily ranked based on how an account's followers engaged with that content. This meant that accounts with the largest followings often saw the most reach, obviously. Now, to counteract this and give smaller accounts an equal chance at the playing field, Instagram describes a system that essentially sounds like a series of beta tests that all eligible content will go through. So what's going to happen is the recommendation system will show a piece of content to a small audience, whether you're a big creator, small creator, it's going to show your content to a small audience in the recommendations tab, anyone that they think would be interested in it, whether they follow that creator or not. The top performing Reels in that group will then be served up to a wider audience where the process will repeat. It will be interesting to see if this might create the anyone can go viral effect that we kind of see over on TikTok, but Instagram says these changes are coming and rolling out over the next couple months, so we'll see how this plays out. I think this is really good news. You know, I have clients that have smaller followings and we will create amazing content for them and they're just like, why isn't it going viral? And we're like, we don't know. So hopefully with this new change, we have some skin in the game where if our content does get shown to more people, there's a better chance of us getting that content out to more and more people because it's good content. And Joe Schmo over here, who has 1 million followers and got this great engagement off the bat, like we have a chance to actually get in front of them. So this is a really good update. I think a lot of people are going to appreciate. Now, since we're talking about original content, I also wanted to talk about a feature that I love and I personally use on a weekly basis, but I still get some crap for it. But then I have other people that agree with me on it, but it's called remixes. So Instagram has something called a remix feature. And if you're used to using TikTok, maybe you've heard of the duet feature. It's very similar to that. So you can take a reel and you can press the remix button. And once you remix it, then you're able to add your own editing. You might want to add a text overlay, or you might want to react to the video, or you might cut the video a little bit and then to you at the very end of the video. Remixes are really fun. It's a way for you to kind of put your own spin to a reel. And when I've been testing this feature, we've also been testing it on some of our clients. We're getting good traction from it. Now, we are strategic with the reels that we remix. We typically remix reels that make sense for our niche, reels that have already kind of done really good on their own. Like, we're not going to pick a reel that completely flopped and remix it because more than likely it's going to flop for us too. But if we see like some really cool stuff, there was one where the shark was in the water and then all of a sudden it came up on the beach and it was a really cool video. So I remixed it and I did something about being salesy on Instagram is like being a fish out of water. So you see how it kind of like fell into each other. So those are some ways that you can remix like a very popular reel, but play it into your own niche and industry. And what I've seen is really great results. There's another girl over on Instagram too, who preaches this strategy all the time. It's actually how her account went viral in the first place. And now she's at almost 1 million followers from doing remixes. So if you've never tried this feature out before, you can totally try it out just by pressing the remix button. Users can remix any Instagram reel as long as the original creator has enabled remix access. Now, I want you to keep in mind that typically if you are a public profile and you post a reel, it's automatically going to give access to remix it. So you would have to go in yourself and turn that functionality off if you don't want people remixing your reels. Now, I've had most people, I get good feedback from my remixes. People laugh at them. They think that they're funny. But I have had, a couple people that are just like, hey, this isn't your content. What the heck? You're ripping us off. But it's not ripping off because this is one of Instagram's features. I'm not screen recording. I'm not screenshotting. I'm literally clicking a button that is one of Instagram's features and using it. And if Instagram didn't want us to do that, it wouldn't be a feature that we could use. So I think that remixes are cool. I think that we should all give them a try at least once, see how they perform for you. If it flops, you don't have to keep doing it, but you might actually be pleasantly surprised at how it performs when you try it. So if you want to try remix, scroll through your explore page, find a reel that you connect with, and then if you click on it, you'll see a spot that says remix, and then you'll be able to edit it, add your own twist to it, and post. Now, with all these updates coming to Instagram, I do want y'all to keep in mind that things tend to go out of whack over on the app. The algorithm, like every time a new update comes out, something goes wonky. So brace yourselves for the next couple of months, especially with summer coming. I talked about in another episode that when summer comes, engagement does tend to dip too. So just be mindful that there's algorithm updates coming up, the summer's coming up. If your content is going to crap right now, give it some time. If you need some new spins to what you're doing, you can always sign up for Club Influence. We will give you trendy reels to record each week and Canva templates and captions and on-demand trainings to keep your content fresh and alive. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed these Instagram algorithm updates. I hope you will check out Instagram remixes. I hope you are excited that Instagram is replacing these aggregators so that your content doesn't get stolen. But if you like today's episode, please download this podcast. Please leave me a review. I'm out. I'll see you guys next week.